Hello, I'm Mohsen Jamal and you watch Afghan News. More than two-thirds of Afghan men say the killing of Al-Qaeda chief Osama bin Laden is good news for their nation, but opinions are split over the terror network's future. A poll shows the poll results collected from across Afghanistan point to general approval of the United States operation that shot Osama in neighboring Pakistan on May 2nd. The International Council on Security and Development interviewed 600 men over the past 2 weeks in the violent city of Kandahar, the relatively peaceful Panjshir province, Kabul University, and 3 other locations. It said that 68% welcomed the death of Osama, who was sheltered along with his fellow Al-Qaeda militants by the 1996 to 2001 Taliban regime in Afghanistan. However, the survey revealed some stark contrast, with 70% of interviewees in Marja, a hotbed of Taliban fighters and drug traders in the southern province of Helmand, describing Osama's killing as bad news. Of Defense Robert Gates has said accelerating troop withdrawals from Afghanistan because of Osama bin Laden's death would be premature. The United States covert raid that killed Al-Qaeda's chief has fueled calls to scale back the massive U.S. presence in Afghanistan, just as President Barack Obama reviews plans to begin pulling out some of the 100,000 troops here in July. Gates, in an interview broadcast on a CBS news show, said it's too early to consider speeding the pace of withdrawal. Gates, who is retiring June 30th after 4.5 years on the job, said bin Laden's death could be a game changer in the war in Afghanistan. Gates, the only Pentagon chief to serve under presidents from both major political parties, said we could be in a position by the end of this year where we have turned the corner in Afghanistan. U.S. Senator John Kerry met with Pakistani Prime Minister Yusuf Razak Gilani on Monday on a visit where he is expected to push Pakistani leaders to explain how Osama bin Laden was able to hide in their country for years without further inflaming Pakistani anger over the United States raid. Kerry arrived in Pakistan on Sunday from Afghanistan, where he told reporters that the United States wanted Pakistan to be a real ally in the fight against militancy. Kerry, a Democrat close to the Obama administration and who is chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, met powerful Army Chief General Ashfaq Kayani at Army headquarters late on Sunday and was due to meet other leaders on Monday. U.S. Special Forces flew in from Afghanistan on a secret operation to find and kill the Al-Qaeda leader on May 2nd, nearly 10 years after he orchestrated the September 11 attacks on the United States. Gunmen have shot and killed a Saudi diplomat in Karachi, Pakistan's largest city, as he was driving to his country's consulate. Police say Abdulaziz Al-Ghadir, the Saudi ambassador to Pakistan, confirmed that the man who was killed was a diplomat, with Karachi police naming him as Hassan Al-Khatani. Sharifuddin Maimun, a provincial Home Ministry official, said Al-Khatani was a junior officer at the consulate. Police say that the man was alone in the vehicle and appeared to have been on his way to the consulate from his residence. Both are located in the same upscale Karachi neighborhood. The attack took place 1 kilometer from the consulate, said a Saudi embassy official speaking on condition of anonymity. Shortly after the attack on Monday, a Pakistani Taliban spokesman, as Ehsanullah Ehsan, while could not confirm that his group was involved in the latest attack, expressed a full support for it. At least 353 people were injured, one of them critically, when Egyptian security forces attacked a pro-Palestine demonstration outside the Israeli embassy in Cairo on Sunday night, according to witnesses and the health ministry. Activists said that army and internal security troops used tear gas, rubber-coated bullets and live ammunition to disperse thousands of protesters who had gathered to mark the 63rd anniversary of the Nakba, or catastrophe, the day in 1948 that Israel declared its independence, and thousands of Palestinians fled or were expelled from their homes. At least 2 protesters were shot by live ammunition, while others were hospitalized after inhaling tear gas or being hit by rubber-coated steel bullets, some of which penetrated the skin, witnesses said. The violence began at around 11 p.m. after a group of protesters surged toward the front of the multi-story office building that contains the Israeli embassy and managed to push aside some of the barriers that had been erected in front of the ground floor entrance, witnesses said. Security forces have killed 7 people in the western Syrian town of Tal Kalakh as Syria's unrest enters a third month and spills over the country's border into Lebanon. Crackling gunfire and explosions echoed in this border town as thousands of frightened civilians poured into neighboring Lebanon to escape the harsh crackdown against anti-government protests, witnesses said. Syrian troops arrived in the town just 5 kilometers from the Lebanese town of Wadi Khalid on Saturday. Meanwhile, Israeli forces shot dead 4 Syrians who were taking part in a pro-Palestinian protest on the Syrian side of the border, was the occupied Golan Heights, Syrian State TV reported. The protest was to commemorate the Nakba Day. Palestinians called the catastrophe the anniversary of Israel's creation. A New York court appearance by Dominic Strauss-Kahn, the International Monetary Fund chief, to face charges he sexually assaulted a hotel chambermaid, has been postponed until Monday so he can undergo an examination. William Taylor, his lawyer, told reporters outside Manhattan Criminal Court on Sunday. Earlier, Strauss-Kahn's lawyer, Benjamin Brevman, said that his client will plead not guilty. Meanwhile, the maid at the New York hotel who accused Strauss-Kahn of sexual assault identified him in a police lineup, police said on Sunday. Ryan Sessa, police deputy spokesman, told reporters on Sunday that the charges against Strauss-Kahn included a criminal sexual act, unlawful imprisonment, attempted rape, and assaulting a 32-year-old girl in a hotel room. Strauss-Kahn, widely tipped as a contender to run for the French presidency in 2012, was taken off an Air France flight at John F. Kennedy International Airport by police officers on Saturday after the maid reported the case. And that gunmen have killed at least 27 people in a Guatemalan village near the border with Mexico in one of the worst mass killings in a generation, local police said. The killing of the 25 men and 2 women took place early on Sunday in the town of Caserillo La Bomba in Petén province near the Mexico border, Donald Gonzalez, a national civil police spokesman, said. Police said the slayings could be linked to the killing on Saturday of 56-year-old Haroldo Valdemar Leon, the brother of suspected drug trafficker Juan Jos Leon, who was gunned down in a rural area of northern Guatemala. Juan Jos Leon was wanted by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration but was killed in 2008. Police linked Juan Jos Leon's killing to the powerful Mexican drug cartel Los Zetas. Guatemala's northern border is an active drug transfer point for cocaine, moving north, mainly the U.S. from South America. And that is all for now. Thanks for joining us.